All right, guys. So we are trying to do more little updates of our journey along the way. So that's what this little video is for here. So usually Suzanne Kemp, my partner, would be here, but she's dealing with some family stuff right now. So keep her in your thoughts and prayers. So today it's just me, but I'm going to give you kind of an update of what's going on in our lives, Mountain Buff, the market, and all of that, and what to look forward in the next coming months. So we'll try and keep this short but brief, but hopefully informative. So first thing I want to mention is we have a client event coming up on September 13th from 3 to 7 p.m. So in the past, we've just done like one big client event in the summer. We decided to not try and compete with all the summer plans. June and July get crazy busy for everybody. And so we did an event, I think it was March this year, at the Rush Funplex. We rented out the entire Rush. It was amazing. And we had an incredible turnout there. I want to say we were about 1,000 people at that event. And this next one's going to be big. So it's at Liberty Park in Eden. If you've been to our past summer events, I think we've done 2 or 3 there. We do it at Liberty Park in Eden, and we rent big bounce houses. We're going to have 2 of them there, a rock wall, a mechanical bowl. We're going to have live music this time and food trucks. And we're going to have a few other little surprises. So make sure you come. It's going to be a good time. I'm not going to tell you what the surprises are because it'd ruin the surprise. So the market is not super exciting right now. What we're seeing is more listings, less pending and closed sales. Our median and average sales price are pretty flat. They've been that way for the past 2-ish years. At least the median sales price has been about that. Our percentage of original list price received, you're seeing sellers negotiate on average 3 to 4% off of list price. Average days on market for the month of June was 54 days for the state of Utah. The biggest noticeable difference that we've seen in the market lately is our inventory of homes for sale. So we're up 25% on available inventory of homes for sale, and our month supply of inventory is up 21%. So we're currently at 16,033 homes on the market available in June of 2025. And we're sitting at about 4.6 months supply of inventory, which a good rule of thumb is anything less than 6 months supply is considered a seller's market. Anything over 6 months supply is considered a buyer's market. So we're kind of hovering that line of where it could be a buyer's market here soon. In fact, in some areas, like if you look in Ogden Valley, there's so much inventory. We're sitting at like a 7 or 8 month supply of inventory right now. So I'd consider that more of a buyer's market in that area. But statewide, we're still considered a seller's market. Going back to Ogden Valley, if you're looking to sell there, you're over 100 days on market right now on average. So just keep that in mind. If you're a seller right now looking to sell, if you were to list your house in August, given these days on market until And days on market until sell is really till you're under contract, and then a typical sell takes 30 to 45 days. So you're looking at about 90 days on market right now. So if you go under contract, if you were to list today, you'd probably look at closing end of October, beginning of November. So if you're trying to get out before snow flies, get talking with us sooner than later so that we can make sure you're taken care of there. If you're a buyer, interest rates are still mid-6s, low 7s right now, so they're not great. It's going to be interesting to see how the year pans out. I'm thinking it's going to be fairly flat for the remainder of this year, but we will see. The good news for buyers is there's still plenty of inventory out there to choose from. You can really take your time, find the right house, find something that works for you, and not have to be too worried about getting beat out by other buyers and stuff like that. However, it does happen. I was just on the phone with somebody on Sunday, and there was 3 offers on that one. So it's kind of a bipolar, weird market, but I would say it's a very stable market, a normal market, and it's operating as it should. You just have to you have to plan for the time that it's going to take, especially if you're a seller. It just takes some time right now. So at Mountain Buff, we've been super busy. We have closed since beginning of the year about 50 million in volume across 62 transactions. It's been a record-breaking year, despite all indicators of the market cooling down and stuff like that. So we couldn't be more grateful, and it's all because of you guys. So thank you for your love and your support and entrusting us with really the biggest financial decision that most people make in their lifetimes. It's a big decision and we don't take that lightly, so thank you. So a few little personal updates if you guys are interested, because whenever I see you guys, everybody's asking. So we did move last year. We moved out of our black house that we fixed up, and we bought an A-frame on 3 acres, and we've been in the process of remodeling that. It needed a ton of work. We added a furnace before winter, so that was nice, but it just had two wood burning stoves and some radiant heat that didn't really work too well. So it's been a fun project, but it's been keeping us busy. And then crazy enough, the house next door to us came up for sale, and that's on 6 acres. We were thinking we'd keep our black house and like use the shop and the gym and everything that we had set up there. But when the house next door to us came up for sale, we're like, shoot, we'd much rather have this house next door, making our total acreage about 10 acres and 2 big fixer-uppers than our nice fixed-up house and the shop. So we ended up buying the house next door, and it's just been a whirlwind of past 6 months or so. It's been crazy. So we moved. That house next door that we bought, it had a detached shop. We converted that into our gym. We hosted a big Murph event there to kind of kick off our new gym there, and that was awesome. We had an awesome turnout, so thanks for everybody that came. If you're interested in doing the Murph, we're going to do it again next year, so mark your calendars and you can start training now. It's a pretty intense workout. It's a mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats, and the mile run. And you can break it up a few different ways, but it's a fun event that we love throwing every year, just remembering all those that fought and died for our beautiful country. On that house next door, we put on a new roof, which turned into a huge ordeal. Huge shout out to Rogue Roofing, Bridger Anderson. He did an awesome job there. We ended up having to kind of reframe it and re-insulate it and go through a bunch of hoops to put a new roof on, but it turned out really nice. In May, we decided we wanted to go to the Anderson Alternative Sale. Multiple people have sent me links to the sale, but it's basically a livestock auction, but they sell alternative animals, meaning buffalo, longhorn, Watusi cows. They had all sorts of different animals there, and we ended up coming home with a pregnant longhorn and a 1-year-old mini donkey, and it's been fun to say I'm understanding a little bit more the phrase "you put the cart before the horse," because that's definitely what we did. We didn't have fencing and everything set up for those guys, but we have figured it out along the way. So the longhorn's still pregnant. We don't know when she's due. But it could be any time now, or it could be a few months from now. So we're just watching her. We're excited to see that, and we're working like crazy to put up our fences and stuff like that. And the mini donkey, Blackjack, has been a bully to our horse Apollo. It's been funny kind of watching them build a relationship. They're like dogs. Blackjack will jump up and bite Apollo's neck, and Apollo will bite Blackjack. It's funny. And then we still have our 2 goats, 30 chickens, 2 cats, and a dog. So it's been exciting. Our imagination with this property exceeds our budget, so we're slowly like piecing things together along the way. Our current projects that we're doing is a massive retaining wall. It started out with like a little like excavation, and like we're like, let's do a little retaining wall here, and it's turned into a double-decker 200-foot retaining wall with like a little road going up on the side. It's intense, but we're working on it. And then for fencing, I've done all sorts of fencing in the past, and I wanted like a maintenance-free fence. And so we designed this drill pipe fencing, and it's intense. We're welding all of it. It's looking really good, but it's so tedious to install and build. But it's coming along. We're excited. We were at family dinner on Sunday, and I was telling my mother-in-law, I was like, I am feeling the pressures of wintertime already, and it's July. It's like I got to get all this stuff before snow flies. So it's fun. We have our work cut out for us, but we enjoy it, and it's been awesome. Our kids are loving all the extra elbow room. It's been fun being in a fixer-upper house because we're letting them be kids, and we don't have to worry about the destruction and havoc they wreak. They're just able to go out and be kids, and it's been awesome. We're focusing our efforts on the outside of the property, and then in a few years we'll start remodeling the inside. So it's definitely going to be a multi-year project, and it's going to be fun piecing it all together. In July, actually, just a few weeks ago, we completed the Spartan Beast race. So when Car and I first got married, I did one. It was probably back in 2013 or 14. Did the Spartan Beast race out in Oakley. And I was like, you should do this with me. And she's like, when we're done having kids, I'll do it with you. And this year she did it with me. And it's an intense race. It's about 14-ish miles, 30 obstacles. And I conned a bunch of people in the brokerage to do it too. So we had 4 or 5 of us in the brokerage that did it, and it was just awesome. We did a bunch of hikes leading up to it. We probably started training 2 months early, and it was a good time, good team building activity. So if you're looking for something to really push your limits and test your abilities, the Spartan race that'll do it. So. And in August, me and my brother and brother-in-law were going out to Hawaii to attempt the Spartan Ultra race. So that's 30 miles, 60 obstacles, and that one's got me a little bit nervous. So pray for me, and hopefully I'm still around to do this next quarterly update next quarter. So that's kind of a recap of where we're at. We've had an awesome summer. 4th of July was great. We went to Liberty Days. We were in the parade, threw out a bunch of candy. Anyways, I hope you guys are also having a great summer, and keep in touch with me. I hope to hear from you. If you guys need anything, reach out. We're here for you. And until the next quarterly update, we'll talk to you then. Thanks.